Hey everybody, Aaron J. Anderson here at aaronjanderson.com. Well, I finally got my GH4 in, and that's what I'm filming this right now. Filming it in 4K on the Cine D-like setting with everything -5 except saturation. I have it at -3. And what I wanted to do is, it just seems like just a while ago I was doing my pocket cinema camera test, because every time I get a camera, before I go out and do a paid gig with it, I want to know everything there is to know about it, like what its pluses are, what its minuses are, and all that stuff. So that way, I'm not shocked when I get on set or on a paid gig and go, oh my gosh, this camera is not good for that situation or whatever. So here again, I got a new camera within a year, which is usually unlikely. Usually I at least go 1 year before purchasing another camera. But I got the GH4. And I just had it for like 2 days, and this is literally probably maybe the third thing I filmed. Just a couple days ago, I opened up the box, put the battery in it. It had like 2 bars of battery on there. Set it down on the counter, started to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and said, hey, why don't I record myself making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich just to try it out and see what happens. So if you haven't seen that, nothing special, but go check it out. It's on my website, Vimeo, and YouTube. But anyways, I heard a little while ago some people talking about the audio has a really bad buzzing or a digital noise to the audio, and I like to do internal audio as much as I can. The GH3, the audio was great. My other past cameras, like the Canon 60D, was really bad, so I always used dual audio setups or a separate audio recorder and sync it later because it was so bad. Well, the GH4 actually is kind of bad. I didn't really listen to the audio portion of those other videos just because I wanted to make sure that the audio, the video quality was good. And the GH4 is a good video camera. It looks awesome, you know. So anyway, so when I got the camera and my first test, before I keep going, this is the first, the first video of a series that I'm going to do, like I did on my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. I take my cameras, I do all the tests before a paid gig, like I was saying, going off on rabbit trails, and I did that on the pocket camera. So if you have a pocket camera, or now it's only $500 as of July, what is it, 17th or whatever, 2014, go get it. It's an awesome camera. So I did a little series on basically sharing the tests that I did on that and sharing them with people. So if it helps you out, that's great. So I'm going to do that again on the GH4. Not going to do a review because so many people's already did great reviews. There's no sense in me doing a review. I'm just going to take the camera through tests so that I know how what its downfalls are or what it's good at before I get a paid gig. So the first test that bothered me was the audio. So heard about the rumors, or not the rumors, the audio is bad. That's what they said. So I plugged in a mic, started doing some tests, and it's really bad. So this first video in my series of the GH4 is going to be the audio, and right now you're listening to the audio as I find the best way to set it up. Now, a couple people said you can send it into Panasonic and they'll fix it. I don't know if that's confirmed yet. It could be, but I'm not quite sure if that's a confirmed fix or not, because Dave Dugdale was saying they wired it that way because of that unit that goes underneath it with the XLRs, that they had to wire it for that or something, and that could be the problem. So I don't know if they're actually physically fixing it. And I don't want to send my camera in. I mean, I just got it. It was on back order, and I just don't want to send it out. If I have to, I will, and maybe if I have time or some downtime, I'll do that. I don't know. But this is a fix that you can do, and you can hear for yourself. Let me be quiet here for a second, and you can hear how this sounds. Now, I'm not in a very quiet place. I've got, hear for yourself. Let me be quiet here for a second, and you can hear how this sounds. Now, I'm not in a very quiet place. I've got, the neighbor's got a swimming pool filter thingy going on. It's always just kind of racketing over there, and we've got the washer going on, so it's not the quietest environment. But If you play this back or you listen again, and I'll do in a few seconds to see if you hear that digital sound that everybody's hearing, take another listen. So I'm going to do my first video on the audio because that's important for me to do in-camera audio. So without wasting any more of your time, I'm going to take this camera and go to the quiet place around here, and that is inside my car. So I'm going to take the camera with me inside my car. There's not going to be any visuals on this. I'm just going to do the audio portion built into the camera here. But I'm going to then go to the computer inside of Premiere Pro, and then we can play it back and listen to the different settings and all that. Just really quick, one of the settings that I have here is I've got the wind cut off, because I noticed by turning that on, the audio gets a little thin, and I don't know the word to use, but it's kind of a thin sound to it. So I have the wind cut off, and then it has a built-in limiter. When you turn the limiter on, apparently that's going to save any loud audio spikes and kind of soften it up at the top so it doesn't blow out the top there. And I have that on, which seems to give a little more richer sound to the audio. Maybe it's too rich. I'm not an audio guy, but you guys can hear this and see if it sounds good to you. And then in Premiere Pro, I'll show you how to get rid of the buzzing and all that. And so let's go check it out. See you in Premiere Pro. Okay, here we are in Premiere Pro. What I'm going to show you here is kind of like an added bonus, I guess. I'm going to show you how to fix these files here inside Premiere Pro, which actually does get rid of that hissing or the digital noise that you're hearing from the GH4, and that's what these files are down here. Remember I said I'm going to my car to do it, that's what these are. But just I'm going to show you guys real quick how I actually take the noise out of my videos, because in the video here you heard me explain it's not the quiet place for me. It's just there's like no quiet place in my house. There's just nothing there. The car is it, and I'm not going to film all these in my car. So I'm going to show you really quick what I do to clean up this audio, like completely. And first, let's see, how am I going to do this? First, what I do is we just need to extract this audio. So what we do is, once we have the audio here, I go to File, go to Export, Export Media, and then over here I change this to a waveform, and we just make sure all these settings are at a nice quality. We got stereo, we go 24-bit if we want here, 48, that looks good, and click on Export, and this is going to export wherever my Premiere project is. So if you can't find it, that's where it's going to be. And let's minimize this real quick. Let's get rid of all this jargon real quick so we're not looking at it all. Okay, so here's the file. Let me play it back. I'm not sure if you guys will hear this, but let's play it back. Okay, so I don't know if you heard that, but there it is. So what we're going to want to do is open up the free program Audacity. And actually, I can't see my file. Let's bring that over to my other monitor here. Once you open up Audacity, you bring in your audio, make a copy, sure, click OK. And by the way, you can, if you go to my website, I'll have a link for this Audacity. It's free and it's a really good program. Now, what you want to do is pick a spot in the video, and I do this on purpose all the time, not in the middle of my video, but at the beginning or whatever. But for this sake, here's an empty spot of no talking. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's nothing there. What you want to do is you can we could actually move in here. You just want to fill up the spaces here, because this you could do this for the GH4 even if you're in a quiet location to get rid of that digital noise. But like I said, the location I am has this motor by my neighbors and just a whole bunch of stuff around my house that's noisy. So I have to do this, And if you want to do it the long way, this is it, but it will get rid of all the noise. If you just want to do the digital noise in the GH4, then we will go back to Premiere Pro and I'll show you that. But let's do this real quick. What you want to do then in Audacity, click on Effects, and we come Noise Removal, and then you want to say Get Noise Profile. And it basically just got that there. Then you want to go to File, and then you want to go to, Edit. Then you want to select all. So now everything's selected. So it's going to take what it heard here and apply that everywhere once we go to Effect. Where's it at? Noise Removal. And now we can click OK. And now it's going to get rid of all that noise throughout the whole clip here. So now if we play this back, see there's like absolutely no sound there. So you can see how good that is. I mean, that's amazing, right? So that's how you can literally clean this up the best way. Now if we go to File, Export, I'm just going to save this to the desktop. You know what? Let me go. Whoops. Let me go ahead and save this in the proper spot here. You know what? Let's just go desktop for crying out loud. Desktop. We're going to call the sequence 1 fix. I do this a lot. I do my files a lot better than I'm doing here. I just don't want you guys to sit here and wait for me. And then what I do is I just close that out, save changes, and I don't care to save it. And if we open up Premiere again, now I got to go find my, well, let's go look for the, here's the fix. So then what you do is bring in your fix to Premiere Pro, which I just did here. There's a sequence 1 fix. Bring it down and line it up exactly. If we go, let's go, I'm hitting plus on the keyboard. Make sure it's exactly where you put it the first time right here so it lines up. Now, if we turn off the original audio and we play back, see, now we got the nice clean audio. Now if I come down here to where I was quiet, you can hear. Check it out. See, look over here at the meter. There's absolutely no sound. All my neighbor noise is gone. So that's the long way how to make it, but it's like the best way, because unless you're in a really perfect quiet environment, you're going to have to do this. If not, now I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's go over to this clip here, and I'm just going to go to the where it's noisy here. So you're not going to be able to hear this, but I'm going to show you how it does here. So let's listen. Whoops! You know what I did? I got to turn the audio back on. Sorry, turn the audio back on. So you're not going to hear this here, but I will put this toward the end of the video. I'm just going to show you how to fix it. What you do here is come over to, well, if this isn't open already, you're going to go to Audio Effects, Denoiser, drag that on the clip, come up here to the denoiser and click on Custom Setup. Let's give some more room here. And all you got to do is turn this all the way at -20 and all the way to, oops, at -10. So now if we play this back, there's no, it's all gone. All that digital noise is gone. But your audio might sound a little funny. Let's listen.
Be quiet so you can hear if there's any noise.
So my voice sounds a little canny. Sounds like I'm in a can a little bit. But it's really not bad. Now you can adjust these, you know, little by little till you don't hear such, you know, sounds like I'm in a can. But anyways, that's the easiest way to get rid of that GH4 noise. Like I said, you know, adjust these. But for me, I think it sounds okay. Let's try it again. Not too bad. Then of course, if you want to sweeten something up, you add some bass to that. Come up here, oops, sorry, where's the bass at? Here's some bass. Let's add maybe 3 to that. Let's listen to it.
Now I'm going to be quiet so you can hear if there's any noise.
And for me, it sounds pretty darn good. So there you have it. That's how you clean up your audio. So at the end of this video, I will put some, before and afters, and also all of these different settings I did just to explain myself here, so you can hear at the end. This first clip that you're going to hear is going to be with I'm using the limiter on and off, and the wind filter on and off. Depending on your microphone, maybe you can tweak those, because some of these, as you'll hear at the end of this, I have the wind cut on, and when it's on high, your video gets more treble, more tinny sounding, and for your mic maybe it sounds good. And I know you're not supposed to use these features to alter your audio, but hey, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I find that the best setting for me and my lavalier mic is setting the camera at 0, the input level, mic input level at 0, with the with that one filter, what's it called, the peak filter on, and all the wind filters off. And for me, it sounds great. And if I'm in a quiet environment, all we have to do is add this denoiser, and that's done. But I usually go the long route anyways and use Audacity, because that makes the audio sound really good. And then when I bring it back into here, I can add a little bass or whatever once I'm in here. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, please head on over to aaronjanderson.com and leave some comments, or just leave some comments under this Vimeo video or YouTube video, or wherever you're watching this. So anyways, I'm out. Talk to you guys later. Let's do a silence test here. So let's do a silence test here. So let's do a silence test here. So let's do a silence test here. Okay, well there you go. Now you see the test that I did. Like I said, I was in my car. It's the quietest place. So go ahead and leave some comments. Let me know if you have better ideas or other ideas on how to make the audio better, because I'm not an audio guy. I just go based off of things I read in my ear and see what it sounds like. And to me, it sounds pretty good. I'm pretty confident of doing a paid gig with the audio from this. Some of you audio guys might completely disagree, but for me, I think most people will say, yeah, that sounds great, no problem. So anyways, leave some comments here. Also, I always tell you guys to go to my website, because when I put on my blog, a lot of times I'll put like links and just pictures of other products or whatever that pertain to the video. So go over there and check things out, see if there's more info over there. It's easier to put stuff in a blog than it is in the descriptions below. Also, I just recently really started kind of using Twitter, and head on over to Twitter and what do they call that? Follow me. Follow me on Twitter. Also on Facebook. That's something I really neglected over the years, just because it's so time consuming to do all that stuff. But actually, I really like it. You learn a lot. You can see the posts of other people sharing their experiences with cameras or whatever you're into. So go over to Twitter. Follow me over there. While you're at my website, you can actually, on the right-hand side is my Facebook feed. You can subscribe to me over there. A lot of the work I do, I don't put on there because it's not all that entertaining or whatever. But anytime we do like a short film, or I'm doing color grading tests, or I'm actually going to start color grading a short film here in probably the next couple days, I could put stuff up on there. So anyways, go over there and do that. And also, like I said, this is the first video of a series for the GH4. If you have the pocket camera, go check out my other series, because there's a lot of good info in there. So this is Aaron J. Anderson. Till next time.